Hello, Oilers fans. Austin here with today's pregame report for Game 4 between the Edmonton Oilers and the Vegas Golden Knights. The Oilers, they are in the driver's seat right now. They have a 2-1 series lead, and you wouldn't know it based on some of the fan reactions from Game 3. Obviously, the Oilers ended up losing in the very final second of Game 3. Vegas has now made it a series. If they win tonight, they go back to Vegas. They'll have taken home ice advantage back from Edmonton, who completely stole it when they were last there. And obviously, for the Oilers, you don't want this to happen. You want to go up 3-1 tonight. You can't keep giving Vegas Golden Knights life. But for the Oilers, they do have to play better. I would say in 2 of the last 3 games, Vegas has been the better team, and they only have 1 win to show for it. So if Edmonton wants to have a commanding 3-1 series lead going back to Vegas for Wednesday night's matchup, they're going to have to be better. They're going to have to manage the puck better. They're going to have to get a few more saves. Special teams is going to have to continue to improve. Last game, they didn't give up a power play goal, and they scored their own power play goal. That's great. But at the end of the day, 5-on-5 is usually where most of the magic happens, and the Oilers have not been good enough at 5-on-5 over the past 2 games, in my personal opinion. They haven't been outright awful, but Vegas, after Game 1, where they were completely shelled and they were just, it was just a commanding game from the Oilers in Game 1. Bruce Cassidy and the coaching staff have made adjustments. It's time for Chris Knoblauch to make some adjustments as well. So, if you end up enjoying today's pregame report, just smash that like button. It goes a long way in supporting the channel. Also, thank you to all the new subscribers that I've received over the past few days here. I know a lot of you have subscribed because of that little, crash out that I had after Game 3. That is not a regular occurrence, I promise. But it will be a regular occurrence because if I see Darnell Nurse doing any of this tonight, laying down at the hash marks, on his knees, he's on his butt, he's just rolling around all over the ice during any kind of odd man rush. If I see him pulling the Chris Russell stunt at all tonight, I will lose it. I will lose my mind. Darnell Nurse, stay on your feet, buddy. Use positioning. Use your stick, my friend. You're a good skater. What are you doing going down all the time? Anyways, we're going to discuss the projected lineups for the Edmonton Oilers. We will discuss all the stats for both teams. We will discuss the keys to the game, players to watch, and, of course, my score prediction. Not based on any type of science. I just like doing a score prediction because I think it's fun. So let me know your players to watch and let me know your score prediction down in the comments section below as we get ready for a very pivotal Game 4 tonight in Edmonton at Rogers Place. The projected lineups for the Edmonton Oilers. Now, as of the recording of this video, I do not know if there are any official lineup adjustments from Game 3. Chris Knoblauch has been rolling basically the exact same lineup during that 6-game win streak, and now that they have finally lost one, I would imagine that there is going to be at least 1, maybe 2 changes to how he is, putting his forward group out there. Because other than the top 6, that, it's the bottom 6 right now. The last couple of games, yes, Podkolzin had a goal and an assist in Game 2. But in terms of the advanced metrics, in terms of controlling play, the bottom 6 hasn't been doing a whole lot. Connor Brown's been very quiet. Adam Henrique's been very quiet. Matthias Janmark's been very quiet. We need a little bit more from these guys, but we'll see how it all shakes out. On the top line, Draisaitl with McDavid and Perry started together in Game 3. In the third period, Chris Knoblauch split them up, trying to balance the offense as they were pushing to tie the game. I would imagine they may be back together tonight. Don't be surprised if they are, but if the Oilers do put them back together, they're going to have to make a few adjustments in the rest of the forward group beneath them. Corey Perry, of course, look for him to get lots of shifts with either McDavid or Draisaitl. He has 5 goals in the postseason. The ageless wonder continues to just blow everyone's expectations out of the water, and you can tell he's motivated. He has been to the Cup final in 4 of the last 5 years, and he has lost every single one. He is motivated. He wants to win one more Stanley Cup before he retires, and he is pulling the team on his back right now. He is pulling that rope, and we need the rest of the team to pull it with him. On the second line, don't expect this line to change because they are very effective. Evander Kane, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and Zach Hyman. Now, if Chris Knoblauch splits this lineup, he better be putting either McDavid or Draisaitl between Kane and Hyman, because this trio right now, they work well. I find there's a great balance of physicality, skill, net front presence, and of course, offense. Nugent Hopkins, he takes care of the two-way play responsibly on defense. Evander Kane gets in on the forecheck. He bangs bodies and he can shoot the puck. And Zach Hyman, he's also been banging bodies. I'm pretty sure he leads the forward group in hits in the postseason. Zach Hyman has been an absolute wrecking ball out there, but I would like to see Zach Hyman start to pot a few goals. He did score the eventual game winner in Game 1 against the Golden Knights. I'd like to see him rip the puck a little bit more. He has an underrated snapshot, in my opinion. I want to see him use that more. I know he's a net front presence guy. He likes to go for the rebounds and get those dirty goals. I'd like to see Zach Hyman, if he's coming in off the wing, I want to see him throw pucks towards the net, in my personal opinion. I think that is beneficial. I think he undervalues his own shot sometimes, and we've seen Hyman come in off the rush and score goals. He scored that overtime winner against the Kings a couple years ago off the rush. He had that nice goal against Vegas in Game 1 off the rush. Let's see Hyman use that shot just a little bit more. And for Nugent Hopkins, he is a point per game in the postseason so far. A lot of those points are coming on the power play. I'd like to see just a little bit more at 5-on-5, but so far for the Nuge, I haven't been super unimpressed with his game. I've liked it. It's a quiet, responsible game, and sometimes in the playoffs, you need quiet and responsible. When it comes to the third line, Trent Frederic, Adam Henrique, and Connor Brown, like I mentioned, this line has been pretty quiet for the Edmonton Oilers, although Trent Frederic has had some looks. Connor Brown, after a terrific Game 1 for the Edmonton Oilers, and overall, Connor Brown's playoffs have been phenomenal. He has quieted down the last couple games here. For Connor Brown, he needs to get back in on the forecheck. He needs to have that tenacity, and if Chris Knoblauch, now he put this line together in the third period. He put Brown with Janmark and Henrique for one shift in the third period in Game 3, and it was an absolute disaster. If I see Chris Knoblauch put that trio back together, Chris, we're going to have to talk, all right? I know Chris Knoblauch comes into the YouTube chat all the time during the live streams. We're going to have a chat, Chris Knoblauch. Let's not go there. Make sure that we are utilizing our bottom six efficiently. Don't put a trio together that analytically shows that they do not work together. And for Trent Frederic, I think it's just a matter of time before he does start breaking through on offense. I haven't outright disliked his game. He seems to be getting better every single game in the postseason. I think he just needs that extra little push, maybe an extra skill guy to play with. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing him maybe get a shift with McDavid periodically, because he is good on the forecheck. So we'll have to see what Chris Knoblauch has up his sleeve tonight. And then the fourth line has been, in recent games, Vasily Podkolzin, Matthias Janmark, and Victor Arvidsson. Now, this is a line that Chris Knoblauch does not play very often. They are averaging about 8-9 minutes per night. And for Podkolzin and Arvidsson, they are efficient when they are out on the ice. They do a lot of good things. They are very simple players. They just get the puck deep, they retrieve it, they hit bodies into the boards, and then they throw pucks on net. But I would like to see a little bit more ice time for Arvidsson and Podkolzin specifically. These two players were accustomed to playing in the top six next to Leon Draisaitl during the regular season. So, having a huge cut to their ice time here in the playoffs, I think that, can affect certain players, especially for a player like Victor Arvidsson, where, historically he's been able to produce on basically any line, and he can score goals, he can produce assists, he gets in on the forecheck, he's tenacious, good skater. He's a good skater when he's on his feet, is what I should say. It's like Taylor Hall when he was with Edmonton. Great skater, but he went down a lot. For Victor Arvidsson and Vasily Podkolzin, need to see just a little bit more. Matthias Janmark, he has been fine in the role that he has been given, that penalty kill role, and he does chip in periodically on offense. So we'll see what this line can do for Edmonton. On defense, Nurse with Bouchard. Please split these two up. I want Wallman with Bouchard. I want Nurse with Klingberg, or even Kulak with Bouchard and Nurse with Emberson or Stetcher. I am over Nurse with Bouchard, in my opinion. Their advanced analytics are fine, right? Like they're not bad, but they just don't seem to have cohesiveness together, at least with the eye test. And for Darnell Nurse, anytime there's any sort of defensive breakdown, he just falls down and goes onto his stomach for some reason. He's got to stop doing that. Driving me mental here. Evan Bouchard, I think we need just a little bit more on offense from him. His advanced metrics against the Golden Knights have been very, very good. Top amongst the Oilers defensive group when it comes to the expected goals percentage and Corsi. But for Bouchard, I would like to see that translate into some offense. I'd like to see him assert himself at that offensive blue line. I want to see him shoot the puck more. He had that power play assist that Corey Perry tipped in the other night. I want to see Bouchard. If he's not going to take the slap shot from the point, he does have a good wrist shot as well. Look for tips. Try and pick a corner. Look for lanes to try and put the puck through and see if you can sneak a couple by Adin Hill, because Adin Hill has been pretty leaky in this series, if we're going to be honest. On the second pair, right now, Wallman and Klingberg is what it has been. Like I said, I wouldn't be against a bit of a shift here, but Jake Wallman has been terrific for Edmonton. John Klingberg has also been very, very good. Hopefully that they can continue their strong play. John Klingberg specifically, looks like Vegas has really honed in on him. You can tell that when he's on the ice, Klingberg is getting double teamed when pucks go into his corner. Vegas knows that his mobility can be an issue sometimes, especially with those hips. So they are trying to take advantage of that. If you the Oilers, maybe get a better skater out there with Klingberg just to help him out a little bit. Not saying that Wallman's not a good skater, but I think you want someone just a little bit more mobile. Like Brett Kulak, I think would be great with Klingberg, just because Kulak is such a good skater, good speed. He's great agility, but we'll see what they end up doing here with the defensive pairs. Third pair, you have Kulak with Emberson, but I did put Troy Stecher on the board because I do have a sneaky suspicion. Of course, by the time you watch this video, it could be confirmed or unconfirmed. I don't know, but I would like to see Troy Stecher in the lineup. Troy Stecher has historically played very well next to Darnell Nurse, especially in the regular season, and Troy Stecher is a player that hasn't played for a long time, but he's been ready to go. He's been ready for a few weeks now. Ty Emberson, it's clear the coaching staff doesn't trust Emberson at all. They put him out for penalty kill shifts, and then usually halfway through the second period, he doesn't see the ice time at all unless it's a penalty kill. He's averaging 7 or 8 minutes per night for the Oilers right now in the playoffs, and it's unfair to Emberson. If you're not going to play the kid, put Troy Stecher in. Stecher has a bit more experience. He has a bit more mobility, and I like Stetcher's game overall. I think it would work very well against a pretty aggressive and physical Golden Knights team. And, of course, in goal, we have Stuart Skinner. He's looking for a bounce back. I'm willing to give Skinner the benefit of the doubt here that his first game back after a couple weeks of not playing, maybe there's some rust. Maybe he just had to wear the rust off. I don't know. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I have his hockey card behind me here. That is going to be up for the entire live stream tonight. I want Stu to succeed. There are some media members in Edmonton right now that are saying that Oilers fans don't want Stuart Skinner to succeed. They want him to fail, and that could not be further from the truth. Every single person watching this video has wanted Stuart Skinner to succeed in this market. Every single Oilers fan has wanted Stuart Skinner to be the guy, to be the starting goalie that leads the Edmonton Oilers to Stanley Cup glory. And it's unfortunate that the stats have never, shown that Skinner is the guy other than the rookie season. During the regular season, I think we all thought the potential was there. But as his career has progressed, it is very obvious that Skinner has struggled in the starting position, that the Oilers have needed an upgrade in the starting position. And for the Edmonton Oilers here and for Stuart Skinner, I want him to succeed, right? There is not one person watching that is actively cheering for Skinner to fail, because if Skinner is failing, that means the team is also failing. If the Oilers want to win, they need Skinner to also be good. So this whole media thing that's going on right now about how fans want Skinner to fail could not be further from the truth. We need better from Edmonton mainstream media. It is absolute trash to pin any of that on the fans. The fans recognize what is going on. They understand the numbers. They understand what they're watching. They understand when players have it and when they don't. Stuart Skinner hasn't had it for Edmonton. It hasn't been good enough. And criticizing a player for not being good enough does not mean that we dislike the player or want them to fail. I have been the biggest Stuart Skinner supporter out there for a long time. I was one of the last people to really I wouldn't say turn against him, but to really acknowledge that, okay, maybe this team definitely should upgrade in goal. but I still believe in this player. I want him to succeed because when Stuart Skinner succeeds, the team wins hockey games. We need better from Edmonton mainstream media. They are absolute trash. Continue to support independent media like myself, obviously, but for mainstream media in Edmonton, do better, my friends. My goodness gracious. A lot of them are great to interact with, but holy smokes, some of their takes just like tisk, tisk, tisk. Now let's get into the stats for this series. The Golden Knights, they are 5-4 in the playoffs. They rank 6th on the power play, 4th on the penalty kill. They rank 9th in goals per game, 10th in goals against per game. As I mentioned, Adin Hill has been very leaky in the playoffs, especially this series against Edmonton. The Oilers need to generate a little bit more on him, in my opinion. They only had 20 shots the other night. That's not going to cut it in this series. Expected goals for Vegas, they rank 6th. High danger chances, they rank 8th. And shots for percentage, they rank 5th. Looking over on the Oilers side, their power play now ranks 4th, 30%. That's pretty good. Penalty kill is over 60%. Let's go. The Oilers' penalty kill has gotten over the 60% mark. It ranks 15th in the postseason. They score 4.3 goals per game, which ranks number 1, but they give up 3.78 goals per game, which ranks 13th. And you would expect a few less goals against, considering their high danger chance for percentage ranks 1st. Their expected goals per percentage ranks 2nd, and their shots for percentage ranks 3rd. The Edmonton Oilers are a great shot suppression team. They're a great high danger chance suppression team, and they generally control play at 5-on-5. The last 2 games have been a little bit different, and those first 2 games against the Kings also kind of skew the numbers a little bit. But for the Oilers, they do need more saves. I think this team is playing more than good enough to have a goals against at around 3 or lower. The fact that it is almost 4 goals against per game, yes, Calvin Pickard was part of that. Not going to argue against it. Apologies if you can hear barking, by the way. There's a dog just freaking out right now. But for the Edmonton Oilers, let's see if they can turn things around here and find a way to win and go up 3-1 in the series. Now, the keys to the game for your Edmonton Oilers, number 1 key to the game is Stuart Skinner. They need Stuart Skinner to rebound. They need a 900 save percentage minimum. They need that 900. 900, that's all we're asking for. If the Oilers give up 30 shots, that's 3 goals against, right? If they give up 40 shots, well, that's 4 goals against. It gives the team a chance to win. We need Stu to step up tonight. This is his game. This is his crease. Calvin Pickard sounds like he's going to be out for a little while here. The Oilers had to call up Colin Delia from the AHL because they need more goaltending bodies. Olivier Rodrigue is going to be the backup. But Stuart Skinner, his crease, hone it, just embrace it. Take it as yours, Stu. You got this, brother. I believe in you. Number 2, the Oilers need to produce more at 5v5, and that is an understatement. I thought Vegas controlled play very well in Game 3, especially in the third period. The Oilers were down a goal, and it took about 16 minutes into the third period before the Oilers got their 3rd shot on net. Vegas's shot suppression at 5-on-5 is very, very good when they have the lead. They have found a way to lock things down, slow the pace down, make it a low-event game, and bore Edmonton out of the building. The Oilers need to generate more at 5-on-5, and if they get a lead tonight, they have to hold that lead. You cannot blow a 2-goal lead on home ice the way they did in Game 3. It's unacceptable. No more of that. And the 3rd key to the game for the Edmonton Oilers, better puck management. The Oilers did not manage the puck well at all in Game 3 and Game 2 as well. They need better puck management. They need to make those clean passes, make the safe play, not always the high-risk play, right? Leave the high-risk plays to Draisaitl and McDavid and your more high-end players. Enough with the stretch passes, enough trying to, catch Vegas's defense off guard. It just leads to icings and, especially for the better players like Draisaitl, he had a lot of giveaways in Game 3. The team in general, just better puck management, and they'll have some success tonight. For the Golden Knights, their 3 keys to the game here, keep it low event. They had a lot of success in that third period, defending the 1-goal lead. Of course, McDavid did eventually tie the game off of a fluky bounce off of Braden McNabb's foot. Obviously, that doesn't really count as a shot on goal. So for Vegas, if they keep things low event, especially if they have the lead, they are going to have a ton of success and likely tie this series tonight. Number 2, they need to shoot from everywhere. They need to know that Edmonton's goaltending is not very good right now. It is very questionable, and Stuart Skinner, that guy can get into his own head. So if you're the Golden Knights, if you can get a goal early, maybe even 2 goals early, you can get goals in bunches on this goaltender against the Oilers. Shoot it from literally everywhere. Don't let Stu get comfortable at all, and see if you can find a way to get a couple leaky goals, a couple lucky ones, I should say. And number 3 for Vegas, get an early lead. In Game 3, the Oilers had an early 2-0 lead in the first period. Vegas was able to climb out of it. They tied the game before the end of the first, and then they kind of took over the rest of the game from there. But for Vegas, they need to get a lead and then play with the lead. They showed that they are very strong playing with the lead right now, especially in Game 3. If they get an early lead, it is trouble for Edmonton. Now, players to watch for the Edmonton Oilers, I'm going with Victor Arvidsson. Did talk about him a little bit when it came to the projected lineups. Arvidsson only has 1 goal in the playoffs, but he's not getting a lot of ice time. Look for Arvidsson to be a bit of a difference maker tonight. I feel his game is coming around. I'm expecting him to pot one for Edmonton. And for the Vegas Golden Knights, Pavel Dorofeyev, if I'm pronouncing the name correctly. Sometimes I like to say Dorofeyev, but Pavel Dorofeyev, he led the Golden Knights in goals in the regular season. He missed a couple games with injury so far in the postseason for Vegas. He only has 1 goal so far in the playoffs. Look for him to start to turn his game around as he works his way back from that injury, whatever he was dealing with, or illness, whatever it was. And for Dorofeyev, look for Vegas to look for him. They need him to get going offensively if they're going to want to win this series. Now, this comes down to the score prediction. Who the heck am I predicting to win? Oh boy, surprise, surprise. I'm going with the homer take here. The Oilers, they are going to bounce back. I'm giving you all the Austin Hockey guarantee. Stu Skinner bounces back. The team bounces back. They're going to win this one 4-3 in regulation. No overtime in this one. 4-3 Oilers. That is my prediction. Let's see if the boys can get it done. I will be live streaming tonight, so if you want to make sure to tune into that, just make sure you have the little bell button, the notifications when you're subscribed. You can hit that little bell. You know what I'm talking about. You've all been on YouTube for a long time. We will see it tonight. I cannot wait. It's going to be a great live stream. It's going to be a great game between the Oilers and Golden Knights. The playoffs have been phenomenal, but Edmonton, they have an opportunity. It's home ice, loud fans. Take advantage of this moment. Go up 3-1. Put Vegas on the brink. Put your foot on their throat. Killer instinct. This team needs killer instinct. I want to see that tonight. They are going to do it tonight. Austin Hockey guarantee, 60% of the time. It works every single time. They got this. Tell someone that you love them before the game tonight. And as always, fight like a kid. Fight like Ben. Let's go Oilers. We'll see you tonight.